A little bit late. Not too late. A little bit late, but not too late. Not too late. Let's see what's cracking. Andy, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? What's happening? What's happening? AJ, what's good, my man? I think this is probably the first time that we actually or that I actually planned one of these. Oh, that's too much. Let's tone that down. There we go. What's up, Sam? Yeah, I think it's the first time we've actually planned one of these ahead of time. Usually what I'm doing is I'm putting the kids to bed, and whoever pops on, I usually just hit, much like I do my videos. A lot of my videos, that's kind of my style, is just hit record and let's go, so it's just one of those things. I'm a little bit better that way. I have a friend of mine who's a really good friend of mine. He's also my neighbor, and he has a very, very successful YouTube channel. Very successful. Matter of fact, he just recently got his 100,000 subscriber plaque, and I'm very proud of him. He is the one that's kind of, inspired me to, among other things, right, to start and to kind of get going on this stuff. And he has a very specific way in which he does his videos. He was telling me about the prep work and the time that goes into them, and the scripts that he writes, and he formulates his thoughts in a very precise manner, and his delivery is so crisp, and he's just got such a well put together thing that he does, and it's so polished, and it's just kind of like, man, I wish I could do videos like that. And I remember trying one time to do that, writing my notes and putting together a script, and man, it did not go well. I thrive in chaos. So it's kind of easy for me just to go, look up, let's hit the button and let's go, brother. AJ, what's up, brother? Pittsburgh in the house. What up, G? Jacobs in the house. Hobby Beast, what's going on, brother? You from Spring? You used to live there before I moved to Dallas. Westfield High School. AJ, I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm from, but I am maybe if you were to take Westfield High School and do a 20-mile radius, a 25-mile radius, I'm in that radius, brother. So north side in the house, northwest, far northwest. I can tell you where I grew up. I grew up in the northwest side of Houston, Antoine and 249. So I'm from the hood. So yeah, man, that's where I'm from. It's not where I currently live, but them's my stomping grounds. I went to Eisenhower High School, if that gives you any reference, right? But yeah, so when I posted on the IG that I was gonna come on tonight, and I posted that we were gonna be doing a live, a couple of you guys hit me up and were like, yo, what's the topic tonight? And I'm like, I don't know. There's no topic. I don't think I have a topic. There is a handful of things that are going on in the industry right now, but I don't really have a particular topic that I wanted to go over. I do, however, have a very interesting thing that I wanted to do. and talk about that came out recently. That's kind of a result of what's what happened in the national. I wanted to get a handful of you on here just to see if like you guys went to the national. Did you go? What did you buy? Did you happen to see a Hakeem Olajuwon gold 1920 Prism to 10 that you can possibly give me some leads on? I need one badly for finishing up my collection. So, Andy you went to Lamar High School. Lamar High School, where's that at? I'm trying to think where that's at. I think I know where that's at. Yeah, you're in the area too, my man. What's up, Michael? What's going on, brother? How are you, man? What's up? Just scooped up 13 card lot of KPJ Prism Optic Mosaic and Revolution, all base, $50. Seems like a good deal. Who knows anymore, man? 13 cards. So if you do the math on that, I mean, I always like to do the math on that kind of stuff, especially when you get 13 divided by 50. I mean, you're still coming in at a quarter a card, my man. For now, are we talking rookies, Michael? Is that what you got? Because that's pretty good. At a quarter a card, optic and mosaic. Listen, I really, we just signed big man from the Rockets. What was his name? I mean, not from the Rockets, from the Celtics. The Rockets did. I was very, very, very happy about that when I saw that. Daniel Tice on a side and trade from the Bulls. And it was funny because I've been telling my friends that, like, a couple of guys that I have in a group chat, we talk about sports and stuff. He was telling me that I was telling him that we got shooters, we just need some big man, and that's kind of our ticket into the big man stream. But I think KPJ, you guys have heard me say this several times, that he's gonna flourish. I think with the Rockets organization, he's gonna flourish, and then add to that, my man Kenyon Martin Jr., which is another guy that I'm picking up heavy. And I just really think KPJ is a true baller. Like, me and my friend talk about this all the time because he's a hooper. He's been hooping since he was a kid. And there's people who play basketball, and then there's hoopers. And KPJ is a hooper. Kenyon Martin Jr. is a hooper. Jalen Green is a hooper, right? And you need guys like that. And I just think they're gonna do really well. I think they're gonna surprise the shit out of people this year. I don't think they're really gonna make a big splash, but I think it's gonna be enough to make people go, interesting, because they got some serious pieces there. And I've been picking up quite a bit of Kenyon Martin. I've been picking up quite a bit of KPJ, and I've also been picking up a lot of this guy, Jae'Sean Tate, who's also with the Rockets. The only thing that concerns me about Jae'Sean Tate is I think that he is good enough to be a piece that somebody else might come and make a really good offer for. And Rafael Stone he's in wheeling and dealing mode. So I'm a little bit afraid that he might. I feel like Stone is kind of trying to prove that he can be just as good as Daryl Morey was. But I hope he does so by keeping pieces a lot more than Daryl Morey did. Daryl Morey was very much a plug-and-play guy. He was like, trade this guy and give me two of those guys, and what's the hottest thing on the market in analytics and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't really think that he allowed the teams to gel. So, let's see. Man, it's a lot of you guys in here. Hobby Beast, what's up, brother? New York Swimmer. What is up, my man? New York Swimmer. You ever swum the Hudson? You ever swim in the Hudson? I know that's a thing for you New Yorkers out there, swimming in the Hudson. How are we going to get people to stop paying people to open packs for them? It's funny you say that, man. I actually had somebody hit me up today. As a matter of fact, today. He watched one of my videos. It's a guy that I've been talking to about other things. He watched my videos and he's like, hey, man, I have a shit ton of product and I need somebody to do the breaks for me. He's like, I'm not a camera guy. Like, you're really good in front of the camera. Like, would you be interested in doing breaks for me? And I'm like, I stayed away from the group breaks because it was like it's like a lot of logistics behind it. But this guy's like willing to take the logistics piece out of it to where I'm just kind of like breaking as a person. Like I'm just like the person that's doing the breaking. So that was a little bit intriguing, but how are we going to get people to stop paying people to open packs for them? That's an interesting one. I'll tell you when that's going to happen, Swimmer. When we can start buying hobby boxes again for $200 and $250 and $300. And Panini isn't selling what would normally be SRP in the range of $200 to $300 for a hobby box, where they do this bullshit Dutch auction thing where it's like who's willing to pay the most before we sell out. And then essentially creating an aftermarket or a secondary market before it hit the primary market at a suggested retail price. So when that happens, that's kind of when we'll start being able to buy our own boxes and break our own shit. But until then, as long as hobby boxes are coming out the gates at $1,000 a box, guys like myself who have a strict rule of not spending more than $100 in a single transaction for anything sports card related, are never going to have the opportunity to break our own shit, man. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at, man. That's kind of what we're living. So it's sad, but that's kind of where we're at. Let me see. Where was I here? Michael, all rookies. That's good, bro. 13 KPJs, all rookies for $50. You're under 50 cents a card, my man. That's I'd say that's pretty damn good. No, wait a second. What am I talking about? 13 card lot. You guys, my math is just totally off. No, so it's 50. It's 50 divided by 13. Man, that's still under $4 a card. That's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good, my man. Especially if they end up being like pretty decent quality to where you feel like you can send, I'd say maybe half of them out to get graded and get some really solid grades. Hold on to the rest of them in raw form, and sell off the raws as the price kind of climbs up, because I think the KPJ is going to be doing pretty good. And then cover your cost, and then you're sitting fat with some pretty good high grade rookies to kind of hold on to and watch the rocket kind of soar a little bit. So that's pretty dope, man. I think you're in a pretty good spot, bro. Waiting for the border to open up so I can go to my first national since I'm up in Canada. What part of Canada are you in, Hobby? I've been to Canada a couple times. Edmonton and where else did I go? Edmonton and Strathcona. They're kind of in the same area. That's kind of where I've been. So $4 a card. Yeah, Mike, $4 a card is where you're at, bro. I think that's pretty good. So you're good. Works off from where I'm at. Yeah, KPJ totally works. Yeah, the kid's a worker, man. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you in Jalen Green being great? I think the subjective thing there is great. The kid has got a very high ceiling. I think he's got a lot of potential, man. Again, we're talking about this thing between basketball players and hoopers, right? Jalen Green is a hooper. That kid hoops, man. They ball. They live that shit. They breathe it. Like the Ball brothers, right? One of the things that I could tell right away that what's the kid's name? Jello Ball, Lonzo Ball. Those guys play basketball really well. LaMelo was a hooper, and you can kind of see that a little bit coming out in him, and obviously the work that kid's put together has been good. But Jalen Green is kind of in that realm. John Morant, hooper, that just kind of they're almost polished. Trae Young, hooper, they're just polished kids, man. As they're coming out, they've been doing this, So yeah, I can vouch a whole lot of frozen submissions at PSA as a result of the national. Man, I'll get into that in a second. Sam, what's going on, brother? Let's see, where we at here? Man, you got Josh Christopher from ASU this year. He'll be legit scoring a couple of years. David B, what's up, man? That was the one pick where it just kind of was like, huh? I really didn't know much about him going into the draft. I was really hoping that we were going to trade out of 23, 24 or 20, 25, 26. I can't remember which one we were. But when we did the trade with I can't remember who we did it with when we signed Shingun or Shindun. I can't remember his name. Alperin Shindun or whatever. That kid balling. MVP in the Turkish league when he was 18. Big man, banging in the paint. That's my shit, man. Let's see. Chase the dollar. If the break pays, then break. Yep. That's where we're at, Jacob. Opened a box of 1990 Flair baseball, pulled a Griffey Jr. Hot Hands insert at HGA, getting a custom graded label, and still have an unopened box that I'm saving. Brought back childhood memories. Josh, that is the reason why I have a stack of open boxes of 90-91 Hoops and 91-92 Skybox and 90-91 Skybox. Before everything went crazy, I was picking those boxes up for like 10 and 15 bucks a piece, and I was breaking them, and it was the happiest breaks I have ever done in my life, because it just, again, childhood memories, brought everything back. It was great. And then now that I know more about basketball, at the time when I was breaking as a kid, it was all Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon. And then now there's just so much more that I can go back and I can go, oh man, look at this guy. Oh, look at that. Gary Payton. There's just so much, Penny Hardaway and all these other things. So that's pretty cool. I went to Canada and got kicked out for having a speeding ticket in the U.S. Star Wars Living. What's up, man? Yeah, don't speed, bro. I mean, it's, I was going to say, you sound like you have like a Mustang or something. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be speeding. But, yeah. I'm in Toronto, big Raptors guy. Okay. All right. Who did y'all just lose? Y'all just lost somebody, wasn't it? Wasn't it Kyle Lowry? Didn't y'all just trade away Kyle Lowry? Or did he so what was the Kyle Lowry deal that just happened? I know y'all got Lonzo. It was with the Pelicans, right? Raptors finalized sign and trade. The Heat officially acquired point guard Kyle Lowry via the Raptors in a sign and trade. Miami announced in press release. Toronto receives Dragic and Precious Achiuwa. That's not bad. Dragic has got to be on the end of his, close to the end of his thing. He was a scrappy little dude, man. I like Dragic. Well, that's dope. Up in Toronto, that's cool. Let me see here. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep up. Hey, I gotta do a shameless ask. If you guys could hit the like button on the live stream, that'd be great. There's almost 50 of y'all in here. We got 4 likes. Hit that like button if you could on the stream. I'd appreciate it. Had a seller on eBay threw in a surprise Kenyon Martin Jr. Don Russ Yellow Flood for free with an Anthony Davis that you bought. That's dope. I just bought one of those. Yellow Flood. Those are pretty cool. Your PSA to SGC was a great video. Ruthie, what's up? Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. A lot of people were upset about that video. And it's funny because in that video, I remember mentioning that, that the results of that exercise, because I'm not even going to call it an experiment, it's more of an exercise than anything. The results of that exercise could go either way, right? It was either SGC is too loose or PSA is too stringent. Now, for the cards that transferred from an 8 to a 9 or from an 8 to an 8.5, there's some truth to that. PSA is too tight, SGC is too loose. However, I had a couple of cards that went from a 7 to a 9 and a 7 to a 9.5. And to me, there's no argument there. PSA completely screwed up on those particular grades. And SGC, I feel, got it right. So, there's some truth to both sides of that. But yeah, thank you for that, Ruthie. Welcome to the stream. Thomas baseball card collection. I have a card at PSA from January. Thoughts on when I should be getting them back? Thomas, that's going to depend on what service level you used and not so much when you shipped it and when your tracking says that they actually received it, but it's when they logged it into their system. So who knows, brother? Here's what I suggest you do, because this is exactly what I'm doing right now with my 386 Fleer Hakeem Olajuwons that I have sitting over there right now, is forget about them. I've forgotten about them. I've forgotten about my 3 Olajuwons. But I just hope that one day they'll pop up and return. And it kind of sucks, man, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. And that kind of leads me to another thing that, a lot of what I'm seeing in the comments now about my PSA videos that I've been doing, and some of the comments I've said about PSA, is a lot of people are like, look, man, we know they suck, bro. Just get over it. Stop talking about it. Well, no, I'm not going to stop talking about it because they have my cards. I'll stop talking about it when they send me my cards back that they've had since December of last year. That's when I'll stop talking about it. Until then, I'm going to keep talking my shit. And the other thing too is that they just continue to give me shit to talk about. And we'll get into that in a second with that ridiculous tweet that they gave out after the National, where they were walking around with their, literally throwing it in people's faces that they were grading all this stuff, and they like, look how much money we made. It was just a complete shit show. Anyway, but yeah, brother, Thomas, that's the advice I'd give you, bro. Act as if they're lost and you'll never see them again. That way, when you get them back, you'll be surprised. That's kind of the way I'm taking it right now. Bush Leaguer 75, what's up, man? The demand for HGA subs are way down this week. I checked earlier today, and they still have 9,000 spots left. Yeah, I've noticed that. And one of the things that I talked to another guy about, actually to the guy that whose group sub I was in for PSA that I sent those Olajuwons to, they're not even the flawless, but just the 10. Their 10 rate is like 3%, which is like insane to think about. Out of all the cards that they've received, only 3% were 10s. We're not even talking about 10 flawless. We're just talking about 10s, where the averages of all the 4 subgrades were 10s. And people are starting to feel like, this is what me and him speculated, people are starting to feel like they can't get a 10. Like there's no way to get a 10. And they feel probably like they have a better shot at getting a 10 with an SGC or a BGS. And just Lord knows they're not waiting for PSA. If you're subbing with HGA, it's because you're not waiting for PSA. But a 3% 10 rate, that's tough, man. That hurts. Case in point, my LaMelo Ball, and I think it was my Tyrese Halliburton, or not, my Anthony Edwards. So my Ant-Man. This one, when I sent this in and I looked it over, I thought to myself, if I'm ever going to get a 10 from HGA, this is going to be the one. The only thing that I saw that had a flaw on it was maybe the centering was off just a little bit. Actually, no, not centering. This one was corners. There was just a tiny, tiny touch of a soft corner on one of them, but I really feel like if I would have sent these to SG, and maybe that's another exercise. But I feel like if I was to send any one of these to SGC, at least, I sent 5 cards, I feel like at least 2 or maybe even 3 of them would have come back a 10, a SGC 10. And maybe out of all these cards, one of these would have had its best shot at becoming a pristine. But HGA is tough, man. They're a tough cookie. I feel, in a way, I feel like SGC prices are true an organic price for the card. I feel like the collector that only value the card for what it is and not what PSA will fetch. That is a very good point. Having the prices of an SGC card in a good condition being the true price of what the card would fetch, a good quality card, not so much that it's been bolstered by the PSA grade. I agree with that. Alan Bailey, what's up, my man? Josh, I was a big John Wallace guy since we played together in high school and at the park. I It didn't pan out too well in the NBA though. John Wallace, I'm not familiar with who that is. January. Oh shit, man, we're falling a little bit behind here. January enter date, probably December at the earliest. Yeah, Mike, if you're talking about December of this year, brother, that's probably what it's looking like. Probably get them by Christmas. Speed, just don't get caught. Star Wars, Jacob says, speed, just don't get caught. Or at least, you know, be willing to, like, try to outrun the cops. Don't speed. Retro hoops. I'm going to get that printed on a shirt. That's... I mean, yeah, don't break the law, right? But, you know, I speed all the time, man. That's just... We lost Lauer, but we got Precious and Dragic in a sign-in trade. Yeah, I think you guys did pretty decent on that trade. I'm pretty sure it also is going to free up a lot of cap space for you guys to make some moves. So that's pretty dope. Got first like. Yeah, my man Jacob got first like, so I appreciate that. Man, thank you guys. A bunch of y'all hit that like button. Thank you. Do so if you haven't already. I remember getting Fleer Ultra 93-94 Series 1 and 2 about 10 years ago for $50. Shipping to New Zealand cost more than the boxes. Managed to pull an MJ Scoring Kings and an MJ Power in the key. Dude, those boxes right now, and the number's fresh in my mind because I'm trying to buy one right now. Those boxes are like $500, especially the Series 1. Because the Series 1s are the ones that are packed with all the inserts and stuff. And then the Series 2 is the one that has like the updates and any rookies and all that stuff. So, man, I want to break one for the channel, and I just can't do it. I just can't spend that kind of money on boxes like that. I would love to break those and show them to you guys and be able to, you know, do that. But poof, man, at $500 a box, my brother, that's just tough. Which is why I'm kind of like toying with this idea of doing group breaks, because if we were to do group break, like if I was to do a group break on something like a 93-94 Series 1 and like sold it like by the pack, like rip and ship or something like that, I don't know if that would even work. I don't know how much steam that would get, but you know, I don't know. I just got mine back from PSA Wednesday that I sent off in August, and it got logged in October. Okay, so if you just got that back, then we're probably not going to get ours till like November or sometime. Probably Thanksgiving. Forgetting about it is the only way to handle it if you're doing the bulk service. Yep, that's exactly right. If you have cards that are stuck in PSA purgatory right now, the best thing to do is to forget about them and just wait for them to show up on your doorstep one day, unfortunately. That sucks, man. It sucks that we got to do that, but hey, you know. What is the grade on the Shaq rookie behind you that you have, Steven? It's an 8. This is actually a trade that I did with my man Pete. He actually got it graded. He knew it wasn't going to do really well, and I think we both knew. He just wanted to get it graded. And then he ended up having like another card that he wanted to chase. And instead of spending on postage to send it back to him up in Australia or over in Australia, I was like, hey man, if you're willing to sell it, I'm willing to make you an offer. And so we ended up making a pretty good deal and ended up getting it and throwing it up there. I'm surprised you can see that, bro. That's like, I mean, it's kind of in focus, I guess. Not too bad. You got a good eye, man. That's I couldn't have seen that. That's pretty good. Let me see. Where was I? I want to make sure I don't miss any of your guys' comments, man. I think it's so dope that you guys are in here to begin with and just like fucking hanging out with me. It's like, it's crazy to me. It's like I push a button and poof, there's like 60 people in the room and it's like we're all talking shit and hanging out. It's pretty dope. What do you think about SGC not grading autographs anymore? I didn't know they stopped and got it sent back. SGC is not grading autographs anymore? Like my man Pete literally just sent off like a bunch of stuff and we just got all these graded, and these are all autographs. Did I misread that? What do you think about SGC not grading autographs anymore? I didn't know they stopped and got it sent back. What do you mean they're not grading autographs anymore? Because this has got an auto grade on it. This says the auto grade is a 10. Are they not? Are they not? I'm not sure what you mean by them not grading them, Jeff. By the way, I think they are. That's weird. I'm not sure what you mean by them not grading them, brother. I may have read that wrong, or maybe not picking that up right. No, don't stop. I love your PSA content. He's a fucking boss on that shit. Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, man. It's, you know, we're trying, man. We're just, you know, trying to dig out some truth. JD Sports Cards, what up, my man? JD, throw your link in here, brother, for your group, man. JD's got a pretty dope little Facebook group that we got going there. I'll throw it in here. Give me a second. JD Sports. JD Sports Cards. Shit. If you could pull it up quicker than I can, JD, throw it in here, man. BGS No Better, still holding Jordan and Robinsons I sent back in February. Sucks, man. I agree. We have a penny sleeves and top loaders now, and PSA 10 and 3% make you think for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's just, James, what's up, my man? That's just where we're at right now, bro. John Ziegler. How about I have a 45-day order received September 16th, logged in December 4th, and it's still sitting in stage 3. What's stage 3? That's like research and... Stage 3 is like research and something, right? We're identifying and researching. Damn, John, that sucks, bro. A 45-day order. An order that should have taken 45 business days. I mean, like, how much more do we need to beat that dead horse? I'm going to continue beating it until I get my flipping cards back. That's how long I'm beating that dead horse. I'm beating it until I get my cards back. Do you send uncirculated cards into grading if the mag, they're thick? Leg pips. I think I know what you're asking. The cards that come from like on redemptions and stuff like that. Do you send them in? Do you send them in the mags if they're thick? So if you got like a thick card with like a mem card or something like that, I would not break them out of that mag case. I think SGC accepts them that way. I think PSA finally at some point said, okay, we'll start accepting them that way before things got really out of control. And HGA I know will accept them that way as well. So yeah, I definitely would not rip the thing off of there and send them off any other way. So it's your card. Ultimately, it's your responsibility to make sure that it's well protected as it gets there. So I definitely would not, I definitely would not try to compromise it in any way. So yeah, I'd send them in the mag. I mean, what are they going to do? Not accept it because it's in a mag? It's like, ever since they started taking more cards in and have grown, their customer service has gone down, in my opinion, and they're not keeping their promised turnaround times anymore. David B. Who are you talking about, my man? You're talking about HGA SC, I guess. After I get back the cards, I'm done with HGA after I get back the cards of mine that they've had. So yeah, there was a time there where they were experiencing some logistics issues and stuff like that with USPS and all that other shit. And then I think Tyler came out and was like, yeah, we're totally behind. You know, that issue set us behind. But once again, and if that's like a straw that broke the camel's back for you, like, I totally respect that. Because you're entitled to receive the service that you're paying for. But one of the things that I like about what HGA is doing is that when that was happening, and as that was happening, Tyler jumped on and said, hey guys, here's what's going on. This is what happened. This is exactly how we're trying to fix it. And by the way, we screwed up and we're handling it. But if you would like a refund or if you would like a discount, email me and email my team, and we'll get you hooked up. And I was about to like mail in for like a 15% discount, but then I was like, hey, that's kind of dope that he's actually doing that, and I just kind of left it at that. So, I agree. Have penny sleeves and top loaders ever since they started taking in more cards. So that's David. Hands-on cards. I got to play against Monte Morris in high school. Who's Monte Morris? Google Monte Morris. Monte Morris plays for the Denver Nuggets. Grand Rapids, Michigan. So if you got to play against him in high school, chances are you're right around that age. 25, 26. That's dope. Man, I appreciate how you get get to everyone's comments. Good dude right there. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I try to, man. I mean, if you guys are here, like hanging out, and you know, fucking take the time to type in a comment, I want to try to get to you. Collect 3D in the house. Oh shit. Collect 3D prints. Y'all know that's my bro. Matter of fact, just came by and dropped off on special delivery. Hot off the presses. My LaMelo Ball in the white case. LaMelo Ball in the white. Let's see. We got gnarly glare there. Anyway. LaMelo Ball in the white case looks absolutely stunning. Just a beautiful card in the case. And then we got the kick out right there. What do we take down is the question, right? The question is what do we take down? I'm thinking I take down the Shaq Fleer Kaka Brown rookie and put LaMelo up there because we already got a Shaq rookie over there. What do y'all think? I think we should do that. Take down the Kaka Brown, right? I think that's what I'm going with. I think I'm going to take down the Kaka Brown. Shaq. That's a 9, though. That's like a 30-year-old card at a PSA 9. Or do I take down the Snorlax? I fucks with Snorlax heavy, man. One of the Snorlax VMAX right there. I'm not that heavy into Pokemon, but I love me some Snorlax. I think Snorlax is my spirit animal. Yep, I think I'm taking down the. I'm taking it down. Putting up the old LaMelo. Actually, you know what? I might have room for all of them. Look at that. Greg said add more shelves. Yeah, I need to do that. I do need to add more shelves. Let me throw up the link in here for Collect 3D Prints because y'all know he hooked me up with a an affiliate link. So if y'all want to pick up some Collect 3D Prints stuff, I'll pin it up at the top. Snorlax is built like I want to be built, just big and powerful, but he's still got hyper beam, so he can totally mess you up if you really wanted to, and he's got the seismic pancake if you really want to get crazy with it. It's just kind of one of those things, man. So I just dropped the link in the description or in the chat if you guys want to pick up some of these. I got Tyrese Halliburton in the purple, old Tyre Halliburton. In the purple as well with the kickstand that I need to put up. I was kind of debating whether or not I want to throw up my Kenyon Martin also, but I just haven't had the chance to really kind of dig through and see what's what. But the link's in the description if you guys want. If you use that link, it helps out the channel, and hopefully one day I'll be able to afford one of those 92, 93, 94 Fleer Ultra Series 1 boxes, and we'll see what the deal is. Only pack pulled autos from like 2017 on. So they're only grading pack pulled autos. They aren't authenticating them. So we're talking about SGC, how they're no longer grading them. They're just they're no longer authenticating them. They're just grading them. I mean, I feel it's a little redundant. I think if you're taking a card to like a card show and you're meeting the guy and he's signing it right there and then you want to take it to somebody for authentication, that's cool. But if you pull a pack fresh card and it has literally the authentication on the back of it, I think there's no reason to authenticate an authenticated thing. I mean, if we don't trust PSA or Topps or Fleer or anybody for that matter, then it just kind of things start to crumble really quickly from there. Just opened a 1990 Hoops Series 2 box and pulled 1 Jordan and 2 Akeems. I like how you put Akeems in there, Steven, because that's exactly what he was. He was Akeem before that. I don't know if you guys know the background behind that. He changed his name from Akeem, Akeem, to Hakim, because in the Muslim religion, Akeem, Akeem, didn't have any significance. I think it was just an interpretation of what everybody thought his name was like. They misspelled it essentially, and he was just trying to be cool about it. He was like, all right, whatever, I don't really care. But his name was Hakim, and Hakim actually has some significance in the Muslim religion, and he wanted to make sure, as things got really progressive, and he was kicking ass as he normally would be. He wanted to just make sure his name was correct, and he was getting his just due. So that's pretty dope. Akeem, yeah, man, that's pretty good pulls. One a Jordan and 2 Akeems out of a Series 2 box. So yeah, Series 2 boxes don't have a whole lot of inserts, man. That's kind of what's Series 1 if you want to pull inserts, Series 2 if you want to pull rookies. That's kind of the rule of thumb, I guess. Let's see here. Who we got here? Sam. I found some good old Robert Horry rookies in the shadows of the PC. Are they any good? Sam, if you ask me, brother, Big Shot Bob, I got him right here. I mean, he's one of the unsung heroes of so many championship teams that I think there's going to come a point. All it's gonna take is for 30 for 30 ESPN to do a 30 for 30 on Robert Horry, Big Shot Bob, for his cards though start taking off. Man, at bare minimum, give Big Bob the respect, Big Shot Bob the respect that he deserves. Sleeve those cards and put them in a top loader. That's what I do. Every Big Shot Bob card that I gets a sleeve and a top loader off top, just out of respect. The man brought the city 2 championships along with the great Hakeem Olajuwon. You can never go wrong with a Big Shot Bob card, and they're actually pretty cheap. You can pick up some really high end Flawless and National Treasure and Immaculate on card autograph low numbered stuff for $15-20. It's insane. He gets no respect. How are they not being sued for breach of contract? Joey, what's up, my man? I believe somebody's actually working on suing PSA. We actually had the guy here on our live stream last week or something like that. I can't remember who it was. It was kind of dope. Go back and watch it. It was pretty funny because we were all like, "Yo, that's you?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm the guy suing him." And I'm like, "Holy shit, we got a industry celebrity in the house." So that was kind of dope. I got 2 PSA. What do you look for when you're going to send a card in to make sure it gets a good grade? Ooh, Daniel, my brother, that is the loaded of loaded questions, my man. I think I should do a video because I have quite a bit of things that I do as I'm kind of sorting through what cards I want to send in. But just really quickly, right? The first thing you want to look at is make sure that the card's well centered. If the card's not well centered, then don't even try it, right? So that's the first thing you gotta look at, is the card well centered. Second thing you want to look at is edges. Make sure that your edges are nice and sharp. Make sure that your corners are a perfect 90-degree sharp 90-degree angle. And then afterwards, take a light to it and look at it in every possible angle that you can. And make sure that the surface is nice and clean. And if you feel like those 4 things are about as flawless as they can get, stick that puppy in a sleeve, put it in a card saver, and send it off to your preferred grader or grading service. And there you go, my man. Hope that helps. All right, here we go. Panzer Army Africa. I got 2 PSA orders back this week of 160 and 169 cards this week. Received in September and October, primarily all for the PC and mostly 80s and 90s cards. Grades pretty good for the cards. Panzer, question for you, bro. What I'll ask you this: did you get the grades that you were expecting to get, and were there any that you just were absolutely flat out like, there's just no way this card should have gotten this grade? I'm curious because that's kind of what a lot of people are running into. If they're sealed by a manufacturer, leave them sealed. Mike, I'm assuming you're talking about my comment on the fat card, sealed, sealed, send them in sealed. I agree with you. If it's sealed by the manufacturer, leave it sealed, send it in. Let the professionals do their gig. When you gonna do another PSA gem rate research? It seems you got a mega looks when you did that. I just want to see you blow up. Thanks, Jacob. I don't know that there is anything left there for me to continue to research. I think I kind of made my point, and a lot of people were really upset about it for some reason. I don't know why. I got so much. I don't want to call it hate or backlash, but I got a lot of like people reaching out to me via email on that one. There's a lot of people out there that are pulling their own data in a very similar fashion and doing kind of the same thing. And I was like really impressed with the number of people that are out there that are doing this kind of thing. It's not just me that are behind the scenes, like just fucking clacking away just like I am, pulling this data and stuff like that. I mentioned Grunt Dad sports cards on the last video that I did. I actually used him when I fat fingered a couple of my numbers in like 2 weeks ago's video. So there's people out there that are doing this. But as far as the gem rate video and maybe doing a follow up or something like that, I might. I stopped pulling the data, so I have a baseline and I could, put together another one and maybe I can, pull some content out of that. But I just don't want to beat a dead horse. I think I did what I wanted to do with that, and there really is no reason for me to continue to do it. But I appreciate the comment, man. Yeah, I'd love to blow up. I feel like, I mean, there's like 3,500, like 3,200 subs on my channel. I already feel like I blew up. It's insane. He releases them Wednesday. What are we talking about? What do I release on Wednesday? Oh, I released my PSA update video on Wednesdays. That may be what we're talking about here. So Josh, I think Jacob's talking about the gem rate video. On Wednesdays, I released the catch up video. Pedro de la Flor, I feel like most companies use AI as a buzzword when there's really no artificial technology being applied, simply software assistance. That's a very good point. Me and my brother were just talking about. Oh, that is my brother that commented that. Yeah, so me and my brother were talking about that, and that's kind of gonna lead me into what I wanted to another thing I wanted to show you guys, because I think there's a company out there that's doing something really interesting that no other company is doing in the kind of the grading arena. But yeah, that AI seems to be such a really big buzzword these days, and I always feel like AI should be like a learning thing, but it really just comes down to whatever the algorithm is, right? I mean, how stringent, how tight, how loose you are on certain things, and having a software that can take an image and scan that image and say, okay, there is an interruption in this image at this point, and it's going to highlight it. Is that AI, or is that just a computer software that's been programmed to search for inconsistencies within an image that's supposed to be consistent? And I don't know, but yeah, I think there's something to that where, and listen, I'm not immune to that. I got caught up in the hype when HGA like first came out. That was a big buzzword for me that made me go, oh, weeds out the human stupidity or I shouldn't say stupidity, but like it weeds out like the human element, and does it more robotically. That's kind of cool, and I was kind of enamored by that myself. So I'm not immune to that at all. But we'll see what's what. Jose Jr. Hi, you're the best. Where did you have made your custom desk mat? First of all, thank you, Jose. I try, my brother. I try. This mat, if you guys haven't seen it or haven't seen the other video, is part of what will eventually be my new setup and my breaking station. It's a big ass mat, like a big old. It's like a big old mouse pad. Pretty dope. You want to know where I got it made? I can't. I'll tell you right now. I'll see if it's on the shipping label. I'll see if it's on the shipping label. Let me see. The name of the company. Inked Gaming is the name of the company that did that mat for me. I love it. It came out. I mean, I did all the graphic work, but they printed it out and it came out pretty badass. Let me see where we at here. Where we at? Yeah, the funniest thing, YouTubers started talking about robots and grading for the future. Yeah, I got brought up. Yeah. I may apply for a HGA at HGA for a job, but damn, making $25 an hour, it's so tough to walk. Yeah, is that what they're paying? Is that what HGA is paying? $25 an hour? I have over 400 cards at PSA. This is Mr. Bush Leaguer 75. I have 400 cards at PSA stretched out over 9 different orders dating back to the end of last year. I have seriously thought about getting them all sent back without grading. You're not alone, Bush. There's a lot of people that are doing that. I submitted mine through a group submitter, and I'm in contact with him pretty regularly. And we've toyed with that idea. He's toyed with that idea, and he's got close to 1,000 cards sitting over there right now in group submission, in group form. And he's toyed with that idea. Natsman72, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. That white on the mellow looks great. Yes, it does. I think it did. It looks pretty good. Got to get yourself an OG Snorlax. Mike, that is a first edition holo from the jungle set. But yeah, I need to get. There's a couple of them that I want to do some more stuff. My PSA order still there. Early October. Chris Lindsay. Dang, early October, dude. That sucks. Top 5 hot basketball. MJ. Braun, Kobe, Iverson. MJ, Braun, Kobe, Iverson. Top 5 hot. Yeah, so I'd agree with that. Jacob, MJ, Braun, Kobe, Iverson, and then I'd throw Elijah in that mix. I brought the clear shelves on Amazon cheap. I have them 3 high. I need to do better back here because I got a lot of shit that I'd like to put out there and it's not just it's not there. Jose Jr., you're the best. Where'd you have your custom desk mat? There's a big old bush outside my house. It looks like Juggernaut's head. There's a big old bush outside your house and it looks like a Juggernaut's head. Interesting. I'm on the second floor of my house, so I don't have any bushes like way up here. I just got my HGA graded Blaziken VMAX alternate art back. Came back a pristine 10. What? Bro, you gotta send me some pictures of that. Cause pristine 10s are like that's pretty dope, man. That is pretty dope. Congratulations on getting a 10 from HGA, bro. That's insane. What's up, Mr. Prism? What's up? Please continue beating my horse, bro. The horse, my bro. PSA ruined 2 vintage Prism stickers that they wouldn't grade. The penny sleeves had divots all through them and craters in both stickers. Fuck, that sucks, man. I'll let you guys in on this on the live. Right now, you guys saw me kind of show my man Pete. We sent some cards to SGC, and one of them unfortunately came back damaged. And luckily, I had some pictures of it before it got sent. Pete also had quite a few pictures of his cards before he sent them to me, and none of them had that big of a. It was the one that got a SGC 4 that we were looking at. It was. We're almost certain that it was damaged at SGC. So I reached out to SGC, sent them all the pictures that we had, sent them pictures of the card that we have now, and they responded back promptly. very apologetic, and they said, hey, send them back to us. We'll have our QC team take a look at them, and then we'll reach out to you and kind of show you what we found, which is great. I mean, that's great customer service. That's kind of what you want from these companies, right? But the fact of the matter still remains is that my man Pete had one of his cards damaged. That's a very rare card. First of all, that card is autographed on card. I think it's on card autograph. But more importantly, it was it's only numbered to 25. It's in a very rare set as is already, and they just don't come up for sale. So if they were to say, hey, we're gonna pay you for this card, we screwed up, we apologize. You know, it's kind of hard to really put a number on it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a number when my man Pete will be happy, but my man Pete's a real collector. So what happens? You know, like I'm pretty sure there's there's gonna be an amount of money that he'll be happy with, but I'm pretty sure he'd like to have his card back. And so that's kind of the thing that we're dealing with right now. So, but SGC customer service wise, they've been great. Just kind of the thing, you know. But that sucks that happened to you, Prism. That sucks, man. That's never a fun thing, you know, when that happens. What's up, ladies and gents? Baubles and ball cards in the house. I need to. Hey, Baubles, throw in your link, man, in the chat for the group sub. Baubles and ball cards does SGC group subs, and I haven't used them yet, so I can't really attest to their to the service itself. But one of the things that I saw in what they were doing is that says that they overnight the packages to SGC and overnight them back to them. That seems like a small thing, but that's super dope when you're talking about between the both ways, you're talking about 5 to 6 days roughly. So that's pretty dope. I pulled 2 of his rookies tonight. Approved video was posted 3 hours ago. What are we talking about here? I collect new old stock skateboards for years and cashed out a decade ago. This current blast on cards reminds me of that. New old stock skateboards. You know what's hot right now? What's crazy hot right now? I saw it the other day. I thought it was nuts. Is old VHS tapes. Like, VHS tapes are like, just skyrocket in price. It's insane. Especially if they're like sealed and they got the labels and all that other shit. Like $1,000 for like like the original Titanic sealed in a VHS. It's like $1,000. I was like, really? VHS? That's what's hot? That's kind of crazy. If my cards are in grading, what's the time frame I'm looking at from this point? Foster the Picker. Foster, a lot of things come into play there, my brother. Who did you go with? Where did you send them to? What service did you use? And when did they receive them? When did they book them into the thing? There's just a lot of stuff that goes that goes into that. Give me some details on what you have, man. Just to see. Personally, I check if the card is centered first. If it isn't, then pass. That's the first check that you can do. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Is to check them. HGA has still 9,000 slots open this week. Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're really stingy with the with the 10s. They're getting really stingy with the 10s, and people ain't digging that. They don't like it. So I'm just gonna warn y'all right now. I just checked this camera that I'm using for my face here. It's got a very small battery. It doesn't last very long, so I'm gonna have to go dark for a second when I switch that battery out. I'm just letting y'all know it's gonna cut out at any minute, and then I'm just gonna swap in the thing really quick. So Panzer, I asked Panzer. He had 169 cards, came back all vintage stuff, and I asked him if he had what his grades were primarily, and if he had any big surprises. And he says mainly 8s and 9s. Players primarily are Clemens, Ortiz, DeVers, and some young Red Sox kids. So dang, you did pretty good then. 8s and 9s, man. That's not bad. So no surprises, I'm assuming. And 25 10s. So out of 160 cards, you only got 25 10s. That's a tough one. That's tough, man. Whew, Jesus, only 25 10s. Uh, Talitiga Ulufale. Talitiga Ulufale. That's a mouthful, man. What's going on, my man? Appreciate you joining us. Ten Hachimura. Sorry, guys. Man, you guys are live in the chat today. Let's see. Let's go down here. When I think of AI, I think of Allen Iverson. Isn't he grading cards now? I actually have some Iversons that I just picked up recently. Let's see here. Of course, you young guys didn't get to see them play. No, they didn't. Russell, Robertson, Dr. J, Wilt, and Baylor. Dang, he came out with Elgin Baylor. No, you're right, James. Too young, thank God. But you know, I think what these kids are doing now is it's just as nuts, man. Is NFT taking over, or is this just letting us real collectors get ours? NFTs, I don't know enough about them to have an educated opinion on it, Jacob. I do have the Panini Dunk app, and I like collecting the little cards on there, so that's kind of the same thing. It's pretty dope. We also sleeve every slab. Oh, so this is Baubles and Bar cards. We also sleeve every slab in perfect fit sleeves as we do previews on our channels and reveal grade reveals live on our channel. So that's dope. Let's see here. Rustling and horror VHSs are big money. Yes, they are. It's insane. It's insane. I came across it. I guess my algorithm has me pegged as a like a real collector. So like anything like collectible pops up in my news feed from time to time, and it's kind of a thing. But it popped up, and I was like, this guy posts finished auctions prices for VHS cards, and I was just blown away, man. I was like, what the hell? Who would you go with for a 2019 Prism Blue Shimmer to 10 team color match? Beautiful card. Josh Allen, SGC or HGA trying to flip this season. Man, that's a tough one, bro. That's a monster card. Prism Blue. So 2019 Prism, that's his rookie year. So it's a rookie Blue Shimmer to 10. Team color match. Yeah, so that's good because Josh Allen is Bills. Blue Shimmer, man. You would think I would say SGC, bro, Grunt, but I would probably go with HGA on that one, my man. And actually pay the $20 or the $10 that they're charging for the custom slab, and do a 30-day service, and get that puppy in your hands ASAP, bro, before the season starts. Because I like Josh Allen. I think he's good. He's gonna be good for Buffalo. I think they're gonna put some pieces around him. Yeah, man. I think just the eye appeal of that. Buffalo is like a rabid fan base. Like those Buffalo boys are serious about their Bills and their football. So if you're trying to flip, man, they're gonna want the whole shebang. Color match card, team match. It's already a team match card. Very low print. You might as well throw it in a really nice label, really nice slab. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, bro. Bishop, you're late, brother, but you're here, man. That's what matters. Welcome. My earliest enter due date is 12/10, but it passed 2 other subs received earlier. FIFO is total BS. I'm with you, Sam. That's what we're saying. $25 a card is what Baubles and Ball Cards is charging for their group service. James Gillum, what's up, man? Apparently you're a big fan of Baubles and Ball Cards. You need to get an AC adapter for your camera. It'll run the camera off your power outlet. I know, I do need to get that, but this is a really old DSLR camera, and I don't want to invest too much money in it. The only reason why I bought the Cam 4 Link is because it's going to be used on anything, on a bunch of other stuff, but it sucks. Talitiga, how's your night going, my man? Doing good. Just put the kids to bed and jumped on here, man, with you guys. So I'm caught up all the way down to the bottom. Let me switch out this thing real quick before it actually does so. unceremoniously. You guys should still hear me. So this is now temporarily a podcast. But we should be back in the mix. There we go. There we go. All right, give me 1 second. And I think that, like, doing it this way with this kind of gives me an opportunity to like see how I'm doing on time, because you know, I as much as I love hanging out with y'all, I think you know, I don't want these to go for too long, maybe an hour, hour and a half and stuff like that. My wife's still waiting for me downstairs to fold clothes, so she's getting a head start on it, but you know, I gotta eventually go down there and help, you know what I mean? So Talatiga. Am I saying that right? Talatiga Ulufale. My night is going great, man. Put the kids down to bed and I'm here hanging out with y'all. So got my wife downstairs waiting for me. As soon as I'm done here, we're gonna watch Black Widow and fold some clothes. As my man would say, I want to fold clothes. 2018 is Allen's rookie year. Still, man, second year to 10. That's pretty good. That's a huge hit, Bishop. Retro, I need your help. I just pulled a monster card 2 days ago, and I don't have a clue what to do with it. Is a 2021 Mosaic Soccer Robert Lewandowski pink fluorescent script to 2. Holy shit. I know that much about soccer, my man. But I do know that a pink fluorescent script to 2, and you have one of them, is just about as good as a 1 of 1, because good luck with pulling the other one. What to do with it? What to do with it? So the question is what do you ultimately want to do with it? Do you want to hold on to it, or do you want to flip it? I would assume that a big card like that, man, you could flip that and buy 10, 15 other cards of that same guy. Still relatively short print, good stuff, and really multiply your PC if that's your PC guy. Man, you know, so you're asking if you should send it to PSA. Right now, I wouldn't send my dead dog to PSA to get graded. They're just too bad operationally for me to trust anything that's going on over there, both from a grading standpoint as well as I have zero confidence that they will handle your card with the respect and the care that it deserves. If you think that the pink is really like an enhancement to the card, HGA with a custom label on a big monster card like that would be good. SGC will service you just as well. Resale value is not going to be as strong with SGC. Probably not going to be as strong with HGA either. BGS is another option. I just don't know shit about BGS right now. I don't know what's going on with those guys. So there's my take on that, man. But congrats on that pull, man. Let me see who this kid is. Robert Lewandowski. I need to educate myself on so many more other game, like, you know, sports. Bundesliga. He's a striker for Munich. The Poland. He's FC Bayern Munich. I wish I could be excited for you, bro. I mean, I'm excited that you pulled like a 1 of 2 autograph pink fluorescent. That's gnarly, but I just wish I knew more about who that guy was. You know, is that like, are we talking like Zion rookie year level type shit? Or are we talking about like, is that like a Rui Hachimura type, you know, thing? I don't know. I wish I knew, man. Somebody give me some reference there on that. Robert Lewandowski. He's Polish for sure. Them ski boys are Polish AF. 2018, yeah. So that's a huge hit, Bishop. Is it? I wish I knew. I'm a basketball guy, and I figured I would branch out and try a soccer box, and I hit the lotto, apparently. All right, Bishop. So me and you are in the same boat, my man, because I have 0. That's pretty dope, though, that you would do something like... You know, actually, I thought about doing that one time. the break that I usually, I'll buy in a break from time to time. But the guy who was doing the breaks had a box of National Treasure NASCAR, and it was I think it was a draft auction, like an auction or like a draft break, and I almost got into it, and they ended up pulling some like ridiculously like some guy. I don't know. I don't know shit about NASCAR, but I almost did the same thing. Like, just, fuck it. It was like $50 for a slot. I was like, screw it. Worst case scenario, I hit like a Wicked Fire suit or something like that with an autograph on it. I don't know. I almost did that though. What's up, y'all? I had to hop in and out to say what's up. Tom Bullard, what's up, my man? Welcome. I hope you're still here. Let's see here. HGA announced today that they are linking up with Pristine Auctions today in a tweet from Tyler Hitt. Has anyone heard of this auction house? Pristine? Yes, I've heard of them. It is owned by one of his buddies. No percent rates listed. Brian, so I have heard of Pristine. I follow them on Instagram. They have a lot of stuff, man. Like, but they're usually like they do a lot of memorabilia stuff, which is interesting. No, I completely missed that tweet, man. Brian coming with the breaking news. Let's see what's going on here. HGA Pristine auction. All right, well, it's not nothing there. Tyler Hitt Twitter. I need to get on Twitter too. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. Okay, that's definitely not him. That's definitely not him either. All right. Anyway, we'll chase that down another day. We will chase that down another day. I'll have to check it. Oh, they posted a video on it. Let's see. Interesting. Pristine Auctions. Yeah, Pristine Auction. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are excited to announce that we have reached a mutual agreement that allows HGA slabs to be sold through Pristine Auction. We are excited to work with them and list some of our bigger cards that we are starting to see. They're growing quickly themselves and has been established for years in the industry. This is going to be a great asset to our customers going forward. You will see some updates over the next couple of weeks where we'll be able to co-sign with your cards. We'll be able to co-sign a submission form shipped directly to them. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, hey, that's good, that's kind of dope. I didn't pay attention to that. That just happened like what? Well, actually, it happened earlier today. I didn't even see that. Better do that laundry, says Bobbles and Ball Cards. Yeah, I gotta get down there and make that happen. I've used Pristine Auctions before. I used to get some of my other collectibles. Yeah, they've done that. So Bishop says that he wants to take his 1 of 2 Lewandowski and flip it. Man, unfortunately, when it comes to the flip, bro, and just the value, PSA is where it's at, man. I'm not afraid to admit that. The question is how much is that card worth, and is it worth enough to cover the $300 or potentially more depending on what the card's worth? Now you got me wondering, bro. Lewandowski. There it is. Oh shit, Lewandowski auto script. Let's see what we're talking about here. So Prism Mosaic Lewandowski to just a regular Prism auto is going for $300. Holy crap. Let's see here. 140 bucks, $140. Dude, but you got a monster card then, man. These are just $200. We're talking $200 just for a looks like what looks to be a base Lewandowski. Yeah, non-numbered Lewandowski base. Dude, you might have a monster card on your hands, dude. There's no comps out there for anything that rare or that low numbered. Okay, here's a patch auto to 25 that sold for $530 in a PSA 10. Dude, I hate to say it, man, but you Bishop, you might want to go to PSA with that one, bro. That might be worth spending the coin. Again, I don't know shit about son's grad party from 9 to 9, so attending to a family that has me beat. Wasn't gonna chat. Had to say hi to the hobby fan. Much love, Red Show in chat. Tom, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate you jumping in. Congrats to your boy on graduating. Is that we're talking high school? Or we talking college? Either way, that's dope, man. Congratulations on getting them through that. What's up, Tom? What's up, Tom? Everybody saying what's up to Tom. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Also, I would love to send you a picture of my Blazekin. Show. What's up, man? Shoot me an email, bro. I'd love to see that. I have 20 Tom Brady cards at HGA right now. Cool inserts like Downtown, Genesis, Stained Glass, Spectra City Limits, Elite Deck Gold to 10. That's Elite Decks. That's a pretty dope little set. It's basically like a deck of cards. That's pretty dope. If you got a gold to 10 Tom Brady, that's gonna be monsterish. Yeah, dude, send me some pictures of that, man. I'd love to see that. Another thing too, I want to ask y'all to do is, if you're on Facebook quite a bit, join the Facebook group. Let me see. I'll drop the description. I'll drop it in the chat. The group. It's getting pretty big, that little Facebook group. I'll drop that in the chat. You guys check out that Facebook group, man. It's it's getting pretty good in there, and that's kind of where I would like for you guys to go in there and show me your cards, show me stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I'd like to see. There's no comps on the card, and there's only 2 in the world. Yeah, so Bishop, name your price, bro. That's why I'm saying there's no comps. There's only 2 of them in the world, and you got one of them. I'd say go to PSA with that one, man. I mean, I don't like recommending PSA, but if maximizing your dollar on that is where you're at, and you think like it's a pretty good card, if you got the $400 or $500 to send it over there to them, you're looking at a pretty good ROI on that, man. I wouldn't knock you for doing that. Jim F, what's up, my man? My buddy got a HTA back the label. I'm assuming HGA. The label had the player's name spelled wrong, and HGA wants him to pay for shipping back to them to fix the error. Thoughts? So I think I did the same thing with the with my it's not up here. I did the same thing, and then they refunded me like everything. They refunded me the shipping, and then they shipped it back to me. So if they're asking your buddy to send it back to them on his dime, they'll refund him his money once they send it back to him. Yeah, which is kind of weird because SGC, when I'm going through this little issue with SGC right now with the damaged card, they actually sent me a label to send it off to them, which is a little easier. But yeah, I agree. That's kind of shitty. Not shitty, but it's kind of a funky way of doing things. A gold sold for about 10 out of 10 raw for 650. Yeah, Bishop. PSA, bro. PSA is unfortunately I don't like it. I don't like it, but Bishop, that's where you're gonna have to go with that one, bro. Unless you want to let it go. Yeah, Bubbles and Ballcard says unless you want to let it fly raw and just kind of save you the issue. But imagine, bro, if you send that thing over to PSA and it comes back a PSA 10, now you got a 1 of 2 in a PSA 10. Sky's the limit, man. I mean, sky is the limit. So, man, that's where so Bobbles has a good point. Either sell it raw or run it to PSA. That'd be my thing. Jacob says the same thing. Send it to PSA. At GMF has done the same thing to me, and it was on my first freaking sub. I was pissed. Brian, I'm assuming they asked you to send it back on your dime too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the way they've chosen to do it. I'm not too happy about it either. But they kind of did the same thing to me. Send it back to us, and we'll get it fixed, and we'll ship it back out to you and refund you the shipping. Okay. For me, it was on that Mellow. It was on that Mellow rookie where I selected team match, but they matched it to the Blazers instead of team matching it to the jersey that he had on with his rookie card. So that was kind of weird. They've had it for 5 business to reslab it. PSA did that for one I had. They sent a mailer a 2-day. Yeah, so a long time ago, not long time ago, but maybe like a year and a half ago, I had Teddy Bridgewater rookie cards that were mislabeled, and I sent them an email, sent PSA an email. They sent me an email back, and they said, "Hey, here's your label. Send it back to us, and we'll get them fixed." So it's kind of dope. All right, I'm all caught up on the comments. I'm gonna take this opportunity to go through one thing that I wanted to get to, which if you guys haven't, let me see. Let me jump off of this for a second. Let me get this kind of queued up here. There is a company called Transparent Grading Team. transparentgradingteam.com. And I've been in contact with Alan, who's kind of the guy that's putting this whole thing together, spearheading it, however you want to say that. And I normally don't like to jump on these types of bandwagons, but one of the things that really intrigued me about what these guys are doing, and they're not paying me to do this. I don't have any affiliation with them whatsoever. I reached out to Alan to get some more information on kind of what they're doing here, but so in this time when I almost want to refer to this time in the hobby as sort of the Wild West for grading companies. They're popping up like weeds, right? Everybody's got the next coolest thing, the greatest thing, the next biggest thing. And a lot of it's just really geared towards like, oh, we have the coolest label, and we got the thickest slab, and we got the nicest looking slab, and this, that, and other. And for me, you guys know, to me, the slab and the label should really play second fiddle to the card itself. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I like SGC so much. So all these new companies, they're coming out with all this new stuff and all these really nice labels and all this really crazy looking slabs and all this other cool stuff. That's dope. I'm not knocking them for doing that, but one of the things that this Transparent Grading Team is doing is in the pop report, and so I'm not gonna walk you guys through the whole thing, but it's just like everything else, right? The labels are, the labels are cool looking. They got some cool, they got standard designs, and then you can order custom labels and stuff like that. Their smoke design is kind of cool. I'm more like this. I mean, it's like this, like the standard labels. It's kind of more of my style. But there you can pick whatever you want. If you want to get some custom labels made, you can get custom labels made. But what I like is their pop report. And one of the things that I don't like about grading companies in general, and this is a general statement, is you don't really have an opportunity to really try to understand why you got the grade that you got. And HGA and SGC, HGA and CGS and BGS, they have the subgrades. So the subgrades kind of help you understand a little bit more. But even the subgrades themselves sometimes can have some ambiguity to them. And what's interesting is that if you look at their pop report, so this is their pop report, and you have a like a number that's given on your card, and this is kind of their handful of cards that they've already done. But what I like about their pop report is I'll click on one of these. They got like an 8, for example, like this LaMelo Ball. They got an 8. The Surface got an 8.5 or something like that. But you can actually click on this, and it's going to take you to this Google Drive where you can see like the label. So this is your label. And then it got a 7.5 on the edges. It got 9.5, 9.5, 8.5, and a 7.5 on the edges. So the corners and the edges is what did this one in. So it gives you some notes. Like this is the guy this Andrew Prothrow is the guy that graded this card. And like I think that's dope that you actually get notes from the guy that graded your card. So this is the reason why I got a 9.5, because left to right is 50-50, or top to bottom is 50-50, left to right is 55-45. The back of it is 50-50, 57-43, it's still 9.5. But the notes are here. And so here, like, check this out. Like, everywhere, like, it's telling you, like, hey, bud, this is why you got what you got. Because, look, there's rounded corner, there's edge wear, significant wear. This is why it got the grade that it got. Edge wear, front corners, edges, corners, 7.5, light wear. I mean, it's showing you where the areas of concern are, and then it also gives you like the infrared where you got surface issues on the card that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. So they haven't launched yet, but they're from what I can see, they're coming up with some pretty cool stuff. As far as like what they're showing and kind of the whole idea of what they're doing, which is transparency, and adding these notes. Like these notes is so dope that like you can actually see notes as to like what your card got and why it got what it got. So this one's interesting. Spider-Man. That's a dope little logo. I mean, that's, but the corners got a 5.5. So let's see what the notes are on the corners. So centering was pretty good. Just rounded corners, badly rounded corners, and edges, edge wear, and rounded corners. So that's the back. Significant rounding, slight rounding, edge wear. So I think this is cool, and like to me, this is what the kind of stuff that really stands out, right? I don't care how fancy your labels are. I don't care I just want them to be aesthetically pleasing. But this brings value. To be able to look at the notes from the grader, that brings value to me. Not how fancy your labels look. I mean, if you got a dope label that's aesthetically pleasing, that's cool, but oh, look at this Zion. So what did the Zion get? It got an 8.5. It got an 8 on corners. So what happened with the corners? Warping on the corner. Corner damage, edge wear. Yeah, you can see it there. I mean, it's there. And that's what they highlighted. I mean, that's just dope, man. So anyway, like I said, I have no affiliation with these guys whatsoever. I mean, I reached out to Alan, and he kind of, walked me through their process and what they do, and kind of helped me, like, showed me where all this stuff was so that, I can go in and show it to you guys. But, what is this? Oof. This one's probably got some surface and some edge. Yeah, corners and surfaces. Got a 7.5. Yeah, and then here you go. I mean, you got your notes. Your notes from the grader. That's cool, man. I get really excited about this kind of stuff because this is kind of ultimately what's gonna, really make things pop for the the hobby. I mean, that brings value to be able to know why you got what you got, and not be sitting there wondering why it is that you got what you got. So I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty dope. I think it's pretty dope. Let me run back to see some of these. TGT is the way of the future. I mean, the concept of what they're doing, yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think that's kind of what people want. There's always going to be, people's opinions, right? Because when you get a grade, it's really just that grader's opinion. And when you're left to decipher it on your own after the fact, when you get the slab back in your hand and you're like, why the hell did it get a 9.5 and not a 10? Well, now you know. You can go in there and you can see and you can click and you can see the notes and you still might disagree with the note, right? I'm not saying that it's going to put your concerns at ease or it's not going to give you the answer that you're looking for, but at least there's something there that you can go to. HGA, I know they've talked about doing something like that, but to be able to see it in person and live and man, that was just that was, to me, that was dope. Because when HGA first started talking about it, I was like, yo, that's going to be so dope for them to actually be able to share with us the notes from the grader. Like, that's huge. But these guys are actually doing it. It's there. It's already there. They're going live in the next couple of days, and it's going to be. I think it's dope. I think it's the way to go in terms of transparency. I DM'd the picture to your IG account. Check it out when you have time. I'll check that out, show, and see what's up. More cosmetic grading than technical grading. Subgrades are free. More cosmetic grading than technical grading. More cosmetic grading than technical grading. Yes, I would agree with that. It's yeah, but I mean, cosmetic in the sense like the edge wear in the corners, right? That's because the 50-50 centering, that's kind of mathematic, right? You can also argue that the corners would be a mathematic thing, right? Is the corner a perfect 90-degree angle? If it's not, then it's rounding. It's rounded. It's chipped. It's whiting. It's, Some of the other notes on there that I saw from some of the other cards when I was looking at it before we jumped on the stream actually had like notes where it says like, oh, this is whiting. There's some whiting here. Stuff like that. So anyway, grader has to put his name on the card and leave notes everyone has access to. Yeah, and everybody has access to it. So I thought that was the HGA in October said that you will get scans of your cards telling you why you got the grade it got. Yeah, Jason. So yeah, the HGA has been been talking about it, but I think as all of us here know, it's like first to market. It's kind of the ones. I mean, you can after the fact when you come in second place, you can say that you've been working on it for as much as you want, but these guys are kind of putting it out there. I'm neutral when it comes to grading, and hell, HGA is a 5-minute drive from my house. I got at least 200 cards I would grade at PSA at $50 a card, long-term stuck. Yeah, I think a lot of people got a bunch of cards they would grade at $50 a card right now with PSA. Top Choice Sports Cards. What's going on, my man? I appreciate you joining. What company is this? That's Transparent Grading Team. You guys check them out. I'll throw the link in the chat. You guys can check them out if y'all want to. Transparent Grading Team. That's not where. That's how the card was cut. Ooh, man. If I had a dollar for every time I said that about my like Skybox stuff, it's like that's just how the card was cut. Why don't you give me any leniency on that? Subs are awesome. Slabs. Dang, I lost my spot here. I have sent them an email. Love the access to the notes. Game changer, especially for people who want to do crossover. Agreed. Purple Haze. What's up, man? They just started beta to get down and be accountable. They just starting beta to get it down and be accountable. TGT seems dope. I think so too, man. I think that's, again, the concept of what they're doing, right? The idea that you have access to the notes of the actual person who looked at your card and gave it the judgment. I think that's huge. To me, that's, free subgrades. That's true. Free subgrades from TGT. That's kind of how they're doing it. Can't beat if can scale and gets support. Yep, I agree. If these guys get some pretty decent backing, I think what they've done so far with just what they have is pretty impressive. So I've been around the Pittsburgh channel for it by now. It's just a good dude, happy to support and it succeeds. Data is always money. Agreed. Greater Notes is hella cool. Yep, I agree, man. Mostly, I want to be something that the rest of the community embraces to hold on to other companies more accountable. Yeah, I mean, so you get the small dogs that do stuff like that, and you know everybody starts taking notice and starts demanding that from some of the bigger dogs that have been kind of complacent in the game, and that's kind of how it happens, man. That's ultimately the way it goes. Next level grading is a matter of time. It's pretty dope. It is pretty dope. Needs a quote, just be our your second merch t-shirt and your logo. Yo, man, I think I've dropped like so many quotables that should be on shirts right now that I should be cranking out shirts. Do you think that it's going to take longer for them to grade the cards then? If there's that much detail per card, I feel like it's going to cause a huge backlog. David, there's some truth to that. But again, you know, HGA could have said the same thing, right? But they throttled how many orders they received. So there's ways to do that, right? There's ways to manage that from a backlog standpoint. But you know, people who want it, or you know, people who want it, people who want that service, and people who want that level of transparency, you know, they'll wait if that's the trade-off, right? If they tell you, hey, 60 days or even 75 days or even 90 days, if they tell you that you got guaranteed turnaround times, but you know what you're getting, and more importantly, when you get your card back, you have an explanation as to why it got what it got, documented, you know, on the cloud, on the line, you know, then that's cool to me. I mean, there's ways around that, like I said. Watching from the Philippines, Jay Balon. By the way, is the timetable for PSA includes those done in PSA Japan? That's a good question. If I'm not mistaken, it's timeline for the California location. I just crossed over a PSA 8 Zion Auto to HGA, and they got a 9.5/10. Wow. WTS, W Shield, WT Shield, T Shield. That's dope, man. Congratulations on that, bro. I have started to see the price of like PSA 7s and PSA 8s kind of start to creep up a little bit. I'm not going to say that it's me that did it, but, you know, like, yeah, kind of the first one to do it. No, I'm joking. I was not. I was definitely not the first. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But that's dope, man. PSA 8 to an HGA 9.5/10 on a Zion auto. That's dope. That's dope, man. Congratulations on that, bro. My Luca. I just bought another Luca. PSA. Well, I bought some stuff. And actually, man, you guys got my wheels turned up. I might send some of these to SGC to see what they get. Some of these HGAs. We'll see. If someone finally creates a label that looks cool on a sideways printing card, it will clean house. Brian, I think HGA is working on exactly that. And they showed kind of like a version of what it's going to look like. I wasn't too impressed with it. My eyes were not impressed with what I saw. It didn't look right to me. So I don't know if that's the ultimate one that they're going to run with, but we'll see. I love HGA. The custom slabs look great. They have made mistakes, but what grading company hasn't? The price and turnaround is a plus for me. Totally agree, man. It's a brand new company. Those guys have been around for what, 6 months now? Maybe a year? And they're just killing it, man. I think they're killing it. My HGA submission of a Justin Jefferson field level zebra and 2 Justin Herbert discos are on their way back. All custom slabs, so I hope they look nice. Some HGA designs are great, but some look lazy. I agree. I did a video on that where some of them are just corny, man. Some of them are just so corny. Send me a picture, Elon, on my email or on Instagram, or join the Facebook group if you can. I shared a link. I want to see what that zebra looks like, because I have a collection of like 4 or 5 Clint Capella zebras that I want to send off to get graded with a custom label. So I want to see kind of how they did yours. Here's another question I have. Do I sell it internationally? Ooh, Bishop, you're talking about that soccer card. You know what? That might be one of those cards that you can send to like a golden auctions. That's another thing, too. Those guys would know how to market that kind of thing. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's got some international clout. You could probably do well with trying to market that on Instagram. Just, use as many hashtags as you can of specifically of that guy, and soccer and hashtag soccer and all this other crazy stuff. And if you share it, man, let me know. I'll share it on mine. I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna know what it is soccer wise, but I'll do what I can to help you out, man. Hey, what's up? First time chatting it up on the live stream from Canada, Kafgar. I hope I said that right. Kafgar, welcome, man. Joining us from Canada. Sideways slabs. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it, brother. Labels need to go all the way across. Yes, Brian, that was my issue with them. Is they kept the same size label. Now, I know why they did that, because they're printing them on the big, massive printer and all that stuff. I get why they did that. But if you're going to go sideways with it, man, I mean, fucking, at least do, because what they're doing is they took this same exact label and they just stuck it here. And the aesthetics of what's here and then the extra slab, they centered the card, and I just don't think it looks right. I don't think it looks right. I think it was a quick and dirty and cheap way to do it. And I wasn't happy about that. I didn't like it. It's just not my style. It would have been dope if they would have like done this vertical slab and then the vertical label with the label that stretches across the whole thing. It would have been dope. But anyway, if PSA gives notes, PSA grader notes, Jordan rookies, don't like Jordan. I prefer Magic. Grade PSA 7. That's going to be the notes. The notes are going to be Case of the Mondays, Haven't Had My Coffee Yet, 86 Fleer Jordan, PSA 9. But it's like it should have been a 10. Or PSA 6. Because I haven't had my coffee yet. Randy Moss didn't sign my jersey when I was a kid. PSA 3. Like, that's your notes right there. That's what PSA would do if they if they gave notes. That's hilarious. Let's see. In the Philippines, people do appreciate PSA 6s and 7s, though the price isn't quite around the 10 or 15% of the base market raw call value, but it's still a slab. A slab is a slab. Jay, there's some people that feel that way, bro. I feel that way about certain cards. Obviously the 86 Fleer stuff is, kind of reaching that status where people don't even care. Jordan, 86 Fleer, Jordan's stickers and cards, PSA 5s, PSA 4s, people are buying them because it's just that crazy of a card. Pittsburgh, run a contest on your channel. Ask for advice. I'm not sure. Am I missing who this Pittsburgh person is? I guess I might be. What time is it there? It's 10:48 right now, Central Standard Time. Jay Bailon, can we collab? I hope I can invite you to as my talk show guest on my YouTube channel. Ask Teacher Jai. Let's talk about the sports card collecting hobby and its economics and social advantages. Hey, let me know, brother. Let me know. Shoot me an email, man. Let's talk and see what's up. I think the back of the label sure was wasted space. Looks like a great place to put a person's store name. Or even a QR code. What are we talking about here, Brian? Oh, you talking about on the vertical cards? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Man, if you haven't already, man, hit the like button on the stream. It helps me out. It gets YouTube to go, hey, there's a lot of people out there that like that guy, or 47 people out there that like his stuff. Man, I don't know what. Oh, you know what? Let's get into this. Let's get into this silly little thing that PSA did, and I promise, I promise, I won't go. I won't go that hard. I won't go that hard. I won't. But they did a silly little thing that I didn't like. And I was fresh off of my rant, so I didn't want to go too hard. But I didn't like that they did this. I did not like that they did this. So let's do this. Boom, here we go. Y'all saw this. Everybody saw this. And like a handful of y'all, maybe like 10 of y'all, either through email or through Instagram, in the DM, y'all sent me this, and you guys were like, I mean, it's a kick in the nuts, man. You know, it's a kick in the nuts. I felt like this was a kick to me as somebody who has cards at PSA that are in PSA purgatory since December of last year. Some of you longer, according to what you guys are saying in the chat. This was a kick in the nuts, man. PSA authenticated and graded over 10,000 collectibles on site. PSA gave away $50,000 in free on-site gradings to 100 lucky winners. Just pay attention to the way they worded that. Okay? To the way that they worded that. They worded it as, we gave away $50,000 in free on-site grading to 100 lucky winners. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Like, PSA recruited more job seekers on site than any other company. Nobody else was looking for recruits. I think they were the only one. They were looking for people. PSA's grading backlog is 100,000 fewer cards today than it was before the show started. Well, no shit. But the problem is that it could have been so much more, right? So they're saying during the time that we were at the National, we graded 100,000 cards. Yes, you did. But the problem is that you could have graded a lot more, but you didn't because you were at the National. And for those of you that watch my update videos, you know this already. You know that them parading this as an accomplishment is bullshit because they could have graded a lot more. And as we saw in the numbers from last week, the last 2 weeks, they went from 180,000 a week consistently over the last 6 to 8 weeks, 180,000 a week to 160, then 150 or 130, right? 130,000. The week of was 130,000. The week prior was 160,000. So they dropped significantly. But for them to come out and be like, oh, we graded 100,000 cards during the time that we were here. Yeah, but normally you would have graded 120 during that time. Or 130,000 cards during that time. So they're telling you what they graded, but not what they could have graded if they were full force back in California and not grading an additional 10,000 of these things on site and giving away 50,000. I just thought it was so stupid and such a kick in the nuts to people like those of you who follow my videos and know what their output is week to week, and then what it was the week of the National, which was 50,000 cards less. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's a big kick in the nuts. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't know what else to say to that. Jay, thank you for that super chat, my brother. I appreciate it. Man, much appreciated, dude. Thank you. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I think it's so like a kick in the nuts. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a kick in the nuts. It's a kick in the nuts. I'm curious to see what when I pull the numbers tomorrow for next week's update. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. But at this point, I just really think that PSA doesn't give a shit. They really don't, man. They have your cards, right? They have your cards. And when they get to it, they will charge you money for them. And probably upcharge you. And probably like, I don't know. It's just crazy, man. It's easy for people who don't know what's going on with PSA and not in the numbers like I am on a weekly basis, or on a daily basis even sometimes, to see that and go, oh, that's awesome. PSA is doing great. They did great. But y'all know the truth. Y'all know the truth. The truth is that they were consistently grading about 180,000 collectibles every week. And the week of the National, they only graded 130,000. They dropped by 50%, by 50,000 collectibles. 30% overall output dropped because they decided to go to the National. The week prior to, which was probably taking up a lot of capacity to get ready to go to the National, it dropped by like 15%. So between the 2 months, or the 2 weeks, the week leading up to the National and the week of the National, they could have graded an additional 60 to 65,000 or 70,000 collectibles. But yet they want a parade that they did 100,000 the week of the National, or during the time that they were at the National. That's so stupid. That's so stupid, man. I don't know. I digress. I said I wasn't going to go hard, and I don't know. I don't like it. But Jay, thank you so much for that super chat, my brother. I appreciate it, man. You're the best. Grunt Dad Sports Cards. 100K is lower than the 170, 180,000 they were doing before the National. There you go. That's what I'm saying, man. Did y'all see anyone GRT any of the prizes at the National? No, I hung out with SGC most of the time. Pittsburgh said, nope, I'm sticking with SGC. Didn't even know that they were giving anything away. Yeah, so let's talk about what SGC did at the National. They came out with a video right before and said, hey, we're not grading at the National because we need to stick to the stuff that we got in our backlog. And I'm bringing my executive crew there, and we're going to hand out stuff. We're going to give away shit. We're going to break cards, and we're going to give away awesome stuff, and we're going to enter box breaks. And I mean, they had some monster stuff out there that they were giving away. So that's pretty dope, man. David B says they could care less because they have a monopoly. People flipping cards know PSA gets you the most money back, regardless of how trash they are right now. Completely agree. I mean, I just suggested to my man that he go to PSA because of resale value. That's what he was looking for. He's looking for the biggest return he can get on his card, and that's at PSA. It's unfortunate, but it's true. It would be cool if we compare the numbers between the completion rates of PSA US and PSA Japan. That's interesting. I don't know if I would have a way to actually pull just PSA Japan's data. I wonder if there's a special thing for them. I don't know. We'll see. Underrated card breaks. Also, those people that got their cards graded didn't have to wait months, so it's a kick in the nuts. Yeah. I mean, that's the first kick in the nuts, right? That's the first kick in the nuts. But I agree, man. So we got double socked in the nuts. Got kicked in the nuts twice. Got kicked in the nuts on the first one, and then we fell down, and then they kicked us in the nuts again while we fell down after the fact. And then they walked away, and they came back and kicked us in the nuts again by sending out that stupid little infographic. So dumb. And the thing that kills me, man, is the PSA fanboys are like, see, PSA, see? They didn't mess up. Come on, man. Have some more sense, please. I'm over with PSA, Ruthie. Ruthie says she's done with Ruthie? Is that a done? Is that a lady, Ruthie? Ruthie says she's done with PSA. I'm with you. I'm with you, girl. Fuck 'em. Me either, but they said they gave away like 10,000 in free grading and prizes there. 50,000 according to them. They said they gave away $50,000 worth of free grades, whatever that means. They're holding our cards to control market value. Maybe. Could be. PSA is on the same level as GMA right now, but with the horrendous turnaround time. That's funny. What scares me about sending my card? That's what scares me about smart card. Yeah, well, that's why they joined forces with Golden Auctions. Ooh, it was funny. Golden Auctions posted a picture of like a pallet full of a bunch of stuff, and it says the caption says, "Guess what's in this pallet? You guys are gonna be very like excited to see it." And then there's a comment on there that says, "It's probably all of Nat Turner's cards that came back from PSA that he's now selling at Golden Auctions." It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I have over 4,000 cards there for over 8 months. Best quality. You have over 4. I'm assuming you're a group submitter. I hope. Because if there are 4,000 of your own personal cards, man, that sucks, bro. Have you seen people getting their PSA orders back ungraded, saying that they didn't meet minimum grade when the people didn't request minimum grade, and they're being charged for it? I heard that too. I heard some people are getting charged for cards that didn't get done. Hobby Beast, it says message retracted. Okay, the message retracted. Maybe you changed your mind. I don't know. They, PSA, also let 5 people get 1,500 cards per person, get their cards graded over 5 days. If it was PSA Homer, I would have been pissed if my cards were in purgatory for 9 months. Yeah, so I heard like a handful of people like showed up with like 1,000 cards and like completely shut down like the submissions for that day, which was crazy. Best quality. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't read all of it. Yeah, so SGC was the star of the National. So y'all help me out with something. Those of y'all that were at the National, I keep hearing conflicting reports. Like I hear that SGC cards were getting no love at the show, and I'm also hearing that SGC cards were a big hit at the show. That people were actually dealing in them. What those of you that were there, what were y'all seeing? I wish I knew. I wish I was there. My son and I each got into a SGC breaks and hit. Huddle, what did you hit, man? You hit anything good? Awesome, congrats. I want to go with my son next year in AC just for the prizes. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. I am going, barring any catastrophes or any new viruses or anything coming out, I am going to be in Atlantic City for sure. SGC has been making massive strides with their marketing plans. I respect them more and more every day. They were nothing but generous at the National, and it's looking bright for them. Yeah, I agree, man. I think they made the right move for what they're doing, man. I think they made the best possible move they could have made for the current climate of what's going on, and just showing the hobby that they give a shit more about them than the money or whatever. I think that's just dope, man. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give back to the people that that boost you up and make you who you are. I didn't know there was a PSA in Japan. I didn't know that either, Grunt. We need to unite all together against PSA. Louise says we need to unite against PSA. HGA, CSG, RGS, along with SGC have been on my radar. They're quite efficient in their commitment so far, even if I'm halfway around the world. Yeah, RGS, that's Revolution Grading, and SGC have been on my radar. Yeah. Richard Dow, I call it a slap in the face. I just don't see myself ever sending PSA anything ever again. I will try Beckett or SGC. Revolution Grade X is going too far with their slabs. Pure Graded X slabs look like they got together at a strip club and thought about their design. I wasn't a big fan of none of that. Pure Graded reached out to me like at the beginning of when they were starting to do their thing, and I was like, there was one that was like minty fresh, like it was kind of weird. I don't know, the way they did things, it was kind of weird. I had 500 max order and was returned because they said it was damaged, all in perfect condition, same as all my other 20 orders plus. Such a scam. Actually talking to my lawyer to see what I can do. Hold on, Best. So those were, Best. So those 700 cards were all yours, bro? I had a 500 max order that was returned because they said it was damaged. Bro, that sucks, man. I'm so sorry for that you're going through that. Oh, man, dude, you're killing it with the super chats, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. What I mean, like, what did you have in that order that they said was damaged? Did they say it arrived damaged, or they damaged it, or what? What the hell, dude? That sucks so bad, man. That sucks so bad. Grunt, Satoshi Bitcoin. Thanks for the super chat, bro. Appreciate it so much. Thank you guys. You guys are killing it, man. Man, dude, that sucks, dude. 700. Did you say 700 or 7,000? I thought I saw you said 7,000 cards there. Did I read that right? I'm scrolling through the chats real quick. Could have sworn I read that right. Oh, 4,000. Fuck, man, that sucks, bro. That sucks so bad. That really sucks. Satoshi Bitcoin. Hey, you got any so what am I in right now? I'm in Cardano right now. My cousin is like super into Bitcoin. Like he's my guru for that kind of stuff. And I just tell him like, yo, what did you buy this week? And he'll tell me what he bought, and then I'll just like throw $100 at it. Let's see, what do I got right now? I got Ethereum. I got Ripple. I got Stellar Lumens and Cardano is what I'm holding right now. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, Satoshi. What you got, bro? What you sitting on? 4,000 cards, and yes, still have the box and the proof that it's super perfect, bubble wrap, nice, nothing damaged about it, all BS. 500 cards. I have 4,000 cards there right now. My son hit a 2018 Immaculate, first off the line, 1/14 color patch on card auto premium. But holy shit, man! Hold on. 2018 Immaculate basketball, first off the line, KAT 1/14. 2-color patch on card auto. What's KAT? Who's KAT? Guys, remember, 0 basketball right now. 0 football. Baseball. Sorry, I don't know shit about baseball. Oh, sorry, that's basketball. Immaculate Cat. Okay, so Karl Anthony Towns. That's pretty good, man. 2-color patch. That's pretty dope. For hey, somebody handed me that card for free, I'd be happy as a clam. Man, best. That sucks, dude. They turned away 500 of your cards. Fuck, man, that sucks, dude. That sucks so bad. Satoshi says he's ADA. What's ADA? Is ADA? I think ADA is Cardano, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Ethereum, Litecoin, and something. XTZ. I don't know what XTZ is. Best holds in my life. So Satoshi says that take your 401k and put it in ADA, which I think is Cardano. I think ADA is Cardano, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, ADA is Cardano. No, Hobby, no Dogecoin. That was definitely a swing trade. So my cousin, like I said, I told y'all, my cousin's like super into this, into the Bitcoin stuff, and he's explaining to me like because I'm pretty literate when it comes to the technology, pretty technology literate. But he was telling me about how Ethereum, their stuff is like legit, like development and stuff like that. So it's pretty dope. I wanted to be a reseller of your Collect 3D print flash sales here in the Philippines. Hope we can close the deal. Oh, Jay, that's you, bro. Yes. Yeah. So my brother just updated the website with a contact me thing, and we would definitely love to set something up, or he would definitely love to work something out with you, man. I think you said you were going to get back to him after the national, right? So when you do talk to him and you do set something up, man, I hope it's something good for the both of you. But he's definitely interested in doing something, so we can start distributing some of that stuff. That'd be dope. Doge is a joke and is a honeypot for trapsters. Yes, that's what I was told. Love the auction video of the loot card comparison between HGA and PSA. I'm really hoping HGA keeps it up. So far, the customer service has been great, but I've heard that their customer service has been bad also. I've heard both things. Here's what I'll tell you guys about HGA, and this is, I'll kind of start closing it out here because I think my second battery is about to die. Yep, it's on its way down. Keep in mind that HGA just started, like literally less than a year ago. So they got some growing pains to go through. And I think that they've handled it about as well. And this is coming from somebody who's professionally on a day-to-day basis. I deal with capacity management, and I deal with production management, and I deal with like order management and demand management. That's what I do. That's my day job. Those screens behind me, that's what I do on the day-to-day basis. And they have handled it about as well as any company can handle a startup scenario that had an immense amount of demand off the bat. And they did the right move by capping their submissions, and I think they did everything correctly. And I think they're handling their growing pains very well. And the best thing that you can do in those types of scenarios is exactly what Tyler's doing, which is being out in the public face and saying, here's what's going on, guys. And we're human, and this is how we're going to get better, and this is how we're going to fix it. So I think what they're doing is great. So listen, guys, I'm going to start winding this thing down because we're just over the 2-hour mark, and I need to get downstairs and fold some clothes. So if you guys hit the like on the live stream, I'd appreciate it very much. If you guys are interested in picking up some of these slabs, the link is in the description of this live stream. It's also in the chat. I pinned it up at the top. If you use the link, it kicks back a little bit to the channel and helps me start trying to pick up some more boxes so we can break and we can do some cool shit. And that's pretty much it. I want to do another video here pretty soon about SGC prices. I haven't had a chance to take a look and see how they're doing, if they're going up or if they're going down. But just the overall market's going down, so we'll see kind of how things go from there. But I want to try to do at least one live stream a week, and we'll see kind of how that works out. I'll try to give you guys as much notice as I can, but I got 3 kids and a wife and 2 dogs and a mortgage and all kinds of stuff, so time doesn't always lend itself. But I'll try to do my best to let you guys know ahead of time. Or if not, simply I'll just pop on and hit record as I always do, and just hang out with y'all for a bit. So I appreciate it. Appreciate those of you that donated and did the super chat, man. That's very, very generous of you. I really appreciate that. And as always, thank y'all for joining and for sharing and liking and just kind of being like this little group of people that I get to hang out with for a couple hours and talk about this shit that we all love and do and would do for free. So thank you guys again for your generosity, for your time, for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys on the next live stream or on the next video, which comes out tomorrow, and then I'll catch you guys on the update next Wednesday, which should be a good one because it's post national. And we're really going to see what those numbers look like. Purple Haze, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all take care. I love y'all. Peace.